Alright guys, game number 2 in this final is upon us. Just giving the go signal for the two teams so we can get in and get this rolling. Um, are you with me, Oscar?
Yes, I am
Awesome.
indeed.
Always on point. Um, game 2 is starting right now, so let's go straight into the picks and bans phase and see how the two teams are gonna attack this second game right here. Now they actually been playing against each other. Uh, and we're really gonna see how they are gonna use this knowledge they had from last game to go into this game.
Yeah, seems like Nebado yet again banning out that Thresh. But we also see a Jace ban coming out from going to Korea. Probably thinking about that last game.
Yeah, Jace was he was a menace for sure. He didn't actually came out on top in lane phasing, but when they were getting advantageous fights, he was just doing amazing poke, and afterwards in the middle of team fights he was doing amazing damage together with Ari. So see if they're actually gonna ban out Ari as well, because in my opinion he was one of the biggest factors in the game. But it's really, again, do you want to use a ban on Ari? That's a bit like me.
Yeah, that's something every team pretty much has to deal with. Like, there are champions that are more important to ban than others, and some champions you might just have to deal with or pick them yourself. So we're gonna have to see if they manage to deny the champions they want to deny. We see a Shen ban coming out from Nebado. They don't want that split push, and also an Elise ban coming out this game. This game they want nothing to do with Elise.
Or
And
Evelyn.
no, not Evelyn either.
God, this Evelyn. Evelyn and Mundo really messing with me in this tournament. But okay, and I understand the Evelyn pick, but again, I can't picture any of these players playing her. So, but again, an understandable ban. So leave that be. First pick is coming out. This time they swap sides, of course. So this time it's Nibara having that first pick and being able to use that as a situation. They're picking, considering Nami, probably just considering the support, just because again you don't really show your strategy just by picking a support, because support often synergizes on many ways with the team. So the support is picked here, and it's Nami.
Yeah, and Nami has been so contested during these 2 days. I think we've seen a Nami pretty much every game. Not necessarily every game, but most of the games at least. And we see actually explicit Null actually hovering over Karthus and Fiddlesticks.
That's just a beast combination right there, but it's a bit dangerous to pick that straight off the bat. It's actually gonna be this Fiddlesticks, and we saw it working fairly well earlier on Excel Winner, playing this as the support role. Wondering if he's gonna do the same right here. Probably do so, but yeah, Fiddlestick support, amazing fear potential, but sometime he was caught out as well, just getting in there, getting the proc of fear, thinking okay, he's fear for the next couple of seconds, insta cleanse, and just getting bursted by that Caitlyn we saw earlier. So see if we're gonna see an AD carry picking up cleanse as well. Jarvan picked as well. We've seen a lot of Jarvan so far. Was actually banned last game, so wasn't able to be picked up, but definitely a champion explicit likes. Just the sheer pressure he can provide early game. And once again, Santorin is picking up his Lee Sin. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be his standard pick all over again.
He seems to really enjoy playing that champion. He's really playing it well as far for as much as we have seen. We also see that Ashe being locked in once again. But they
Nice.
really like to take use of that Ashe ultimate, catching people off guard, engaging with it, and whatnot. It simply makes a lot of stuff happen for them. And we're having that Jarvan pick for going to Korea. Jarvan just in general a very strong champion with that EQ combo, with that knockout, with his ultimate to keep people in place. Pretty good synergy with this cannon pickup here actually.
Yeah.
Locking people up in both of their ultimates is going to do a lot of damage. Combined with Fiddlesticks as well, they're going to have a lot of AoE if they manage to catch a few people.
Yeah, just the sheer synergy. You can just look at the range of Fiddle AoE, the range of Cataclysm, and the range of Maelstrom from Cannon. That's just straight up perfectly matched for a synergy right there. So understandable pickup, but they really need to make this work. Like, can they get this to work together? It's gonna be perfect, but they really need to do so. And it's a great pick against Ashe because Ashe doesn't have that gap closer like many other AD carries. Like, she can't arcane shift, she can't use her 90 caliber net. She's just gonna stand there and only has this flash. So a flash down on Ashe is definitely gonna be a dangerous situation. Ooh, nice! I know what we're seeing right here. Once again, the Malphite and Orianna combination. That is pretty good idea as well. Um, this is their initiation on their team from Nebora. Just getting Malphite in there right after the S arrow. They can do so much damage instantly.
Yeah, indeed. Nebado setup looking really, really strong for this game. They have a lot of engaged power this game. They have the Ashe ultimate, they have the Nami wave, and they have the Malphite being able to ult on top of the enemy team. And follow that up with the Orianna ultimate as well. They're gonna make so much happen if they manage to land a good Malphite Orianna combination there. And if Ashe can manage to land her arrows, I don't see how the target will be able to escape that.
No, once again we are seeing fairly squishy targets coming out from going to Korea. Once again they're relying on their heavy damage output and their ability to just evaluate the situation they're in. But that is really hard when you have an S arrow just coming straight through the mid lane. 5 people often don't dodge an arrow coming. So if it's gonna hit on like either of the targets, they're definitely in some kind of trouble. So we're probably gonna see a fast hourglass either on Pokemon Cordon on Kennen or Horny Yordle on Arya, or maybe both. That's definitely possible.
Yeah, that's pretty much a must buy for them this game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't afford having someone who will die for sure if Malphite hits his ultimate, because he can flash ult or whatever just to get to you, and if he knows that's a secure kill, he will do it, you know. You can't really, yeah, you simply can't take that risk having someone dead for sure by someone just popping his ultimate and killing him straight up. So Sonya's Hourglass will be the key item for Pokemon Cordon and for Horny Yordle here.
Definitely so. I'm really excited to see how the matchup's gonna work with the two junglers because they are the champions they really want to play, and they really like to that early aggression, both of them. So the past couple of games we see Centurion using this level 2, getting red, getting offensive straight up. Last time it was going straight for the blue buff. The game before that he was going straight and ganging mid lane, actually succeeding and getting a first blood. So he's probably gonna do that again, and Explicit really has to react to this. Be ready for whatever comes his way, because he has to be there in assist in whatever Centurion brings to the table.
Yeah, indeed, and that's most likely why he picked up such a strong early game champion as Jarvan, though.
Yeah.
Because Jarvan is pretty much as strong as Lee Sin. He's a little bit weaker in terms of damage, but he has that CC.
Yeah.
And if he's able to land his CC on 2 targets, it's gonna be so much more valuable than the damage only coming out of Lee Sin.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
And
So
it's
guys,
gonna rely a lot on the CC though.
definitely so. Guys, there is exactly 1 minute before we get into the game, so we're just gonna run some quick commercial, and we'll see you on the other side for Game 2 of this grand final in the Weekings tournament. Stay put, guys.
Komplet er Nordens største producent af PC'er. Vi konfigurerer hver PC efter dit behov. Du har et vidt spektrum af komponenter at vælge imellem. I tillæg giver vi 3 års garanti.
Yeah! Forward, guys! We can do this! Let's fucking win! Yahoo!
Let's do this! We are ready again, guys, and the loading screen is the only thing waiting for us before the game. This time it is Nebado on the blue corner and going to Korea on the red side. And once again, since it's the final, this is the last chance the two teams has. It is a best of 5 situation they're in, and it's 1-1 right now. So everything is open now. Everything is completely available for both teams. Do you have a favorite?
As of now, the score is 1-1. Like Nebado really coming from that losers bracket, showing a lot of strength during the last few games, and they played really well last game. However, the game before this, simply because they come from the winners bracket, like they have so much respect for me. They won all of their games and they haven't lost a single one. So
yeah. I
don't know. I don't really have a favorite right now. Both teams are very good, but if there was a level 1 fight, however, it would I would definitely think Horny Yordle would be the key here. If it lands a charm, they could definitely blow someone up on level 1. Combine that with the Fiddlesticks Fear maybe, and they could really make something happen. Nami's on a small adventure here.
Yeah, just wait for me, guys. I'm coming. Wait for me. But once again, they're just deciding to invade each position right here. Actually, almost simultaneously putting down wards. So see how they're actually being more offensive right here. If we're gonna see a face check from Jarvan here, he is in heaps of trouble. Oh, good job, Jarvan. MVP right there, just face checking with the Mash and standard. That was key right there. It could be turned horribly wrong, but just for this, we see actually a small invade for Fiddle.
Oh my god,
another
you will have to be very careful right here. He doesn't know that small brush is warded at the moment, so Nebado knows the entire team is there except for Cannon. They know they're 5 versus 4 right now.
Yeah, they probably have an idea for this just because they spotted out Horny Yordle up there. So unfortunately they weren't all gathered. So even though there's a lot of ward coverage, everybody knows what's up, and Cannon is actually moved out top lane as fast as possible just to get that get to that lane as fast as possible. So he's probably getting a bit of advantage here against Malphite, who's actually just now walking past his own blue. So there is gonna be a while, and Pokemon Code level 2 might be able to do some kind of damage to Malphite.
Yeah, seems like Jarvan is a little bit behind Lee Sin as well, because he didn't get any kind of help from Vayne right there. So only Fiddlesticks helping him. Lost a little bit more HP, forced to use 2 potions of only the blue buff, so he's gonna be a little bit behind Lee Sin when it comes to jungle speed here. You can see Lee Sin already cleared his blue buff, and Jarvan's still doing his. This means Lee Sin is gonna be top lane a lot earlier than Jarvan here. He might be able to get something out of this.
He's standing here waiting. It's not the best point of initiation he's standing in. He should probably move to Tri-Brush, but if he does so, he's probably gonna get near to Jarvan. It could be a 2 versus 2 situation here. Question is Lee Sin way too far away to do any kind of assistance right here? Jay is getting level 2, and this is probably not the best idea because you're walking straight into Explicit, and the gap close coming out from Explicit, meaning that Malphite couldn't do anything against his. And just as I said, Centurion, he was just caught a bit on the slow side there. and unfortunately this comes out on top for Korea.
Yeah, indeed. Santorin Reborn not really expecting that Jarvan right there, so he was a little bit too far away to be able to answer that kind of gank. And as we said,
Oh, mid lane! Ooh, horny Yordle hitting the charm on max range on Yord, managing to get the ignite off, but Yord actually managed to flash over the orb on its way return. So just surviving that with a sliver of health. Sorry for interrupting, but god damn it,
yeah,
that was close.
yeah, looked like the potion actually saved him from a few ticks there.
Yeah.
So good reactions there, popping that potion, knowing it might save his life. So what happened top lane though? Jarvan using his stun, actually hitting, knocking out Malphite. He couldn't do much. It was only level 2 there. Cannon hit level 3, I believe. So they had the level advantage on going to Korea's side. Actually, they tried to catch on to Lee Sin here. Very well placed charm, and this might be a dead Lee Sin here. Actually manages to escape though.
Nice.
Oh.
Yord coming in for the rescue there, was able to use his shield just to get in range and getting out of a sticky situation. But it was great combination once again. Java knock up right after, easy for Horniol to hit that clutch charm.
Yeah, it looked like Jarvan kinda misused his flash after everything was done though. He kinda flashed for nothing basically. So that's
Yeah,
a flash down for Jarvan without really getting anything out of it. They're gonna do a lot of damage to this mid lane turn now though.
Yeah, meanwhile bot lane, a lot of poking going back and forth. Excel Winner just standing in this brush with the vision ward, so it's just, whenever he has the opportunity, he's just popping out and popping everything he can. So being
Yeah.
very offensive right here is great for Fiddlestick this early.
Yeah, we see that. We see Fiddlesticks maxing his Dark Wind at the same time as maxing his Fear, so he's absolutely maxing that E for as much damage as he possibly can while harassing with that bird. Hoping for those extra bounces for some even more damage. Meanwhile, at the top lane, we see actually the farm pretty equal right now. There's 1 million difference, so it's exactly even actually. So the same in mid lane, but here comes on gank bot lane.
Max range Q from Centurion, so Phil has to flash away from that situation. So even though Nami was extremely low, they couldn't actually do anything just because Centurion was coming in at the perfect time. But making sure both teams are backing out right here. Excellent actually decide to stay, it seems, and Ashe is definitely doing the same. So yeah, she's probably gonna get a bit of a lead right here. It's pushing the lane a bit, so it's probably gonna be recaptivated from Jace. Wayne, sorry, missing about in the names here.
Yeah, no problem. We see Ori pushing up pretty hard in the mid lane against Orianna here. She is in the lead by 3 CS, so nothing much. And they both hit level 6 right now, so we're gonna have to watch out for that Jarvan gank in mid lane, because if Jarvan lands his EQ combo onto Orianna, he's gonna have to be very careful about that one. Follow that up with a charm with Ori ultimate damage. That's not gonna be any good for Orianna at all. So they're gonna need wards around the mid lane. But here is Jarvan. He's just waiting for the gank.
He's using the Cataclysm right there, and Yord is completely caught out. He's actually getting explicit thrown out of the pool, but he's still managing to auto-attack a lot, and Horniol picks up the kill right there. Kun's coming for the assistance, but just a wee bit too late, and they're both just backing out. And once again, we're seeing the synergy between these two champions and the two players. They are just doing so well together. And this is just gonna keep on going, so Orianna really has to fear for her life there.
Indeed. I feel like Jarvan, or sorry, not Jarvan, I feel like Lee Sin should be going to gank top lane sometime soon. Just because of that, just because of Malphite having that really strong ultimate when it comes to ganks.
Yeah.
They would more than certainly be able to pick up a kill or at least blow a few summoners off that cannon. But we'll see what he decides to do. He decides to give the blue to Orianna. Standard play there. Ori also getting his blue buff. And nothing special going on right now. We see a few wards coming out of going to Korea actually. We have 3 wards on the map for them. And only 2 coming out from Nebado right now, so map vision in favor of going to Korea.
Yeah, and it's pretty similar, just warding that bot lane as much as possible, both teams, as well as the mid lane is warded fairly well right now. But again, Jarvan is a champion that is really slippery when it comes to warding, because he, as we saw last gank in the mid lane, he was just coming over the side brush right here. So when he did that, there was no chance of Yord actually catching that beforehand with vision. Top lane, Pokemon Card is actually making TLDJ going so fairly low. He's actually going in for the kill. Flash and the Shuriken takes down TLDJ, and good job by Pokemon Card. He used his unstoppable force to get that gap close, but the flash was still there from Kennen. Amazing play, and he is definitely winning top lane by himself right now. Both 2 kills now against 2 deaths, and a bit more farm as well. Meanwhile, Whitman, Horny
Well, in the
going
mid lane, though, Ori
yeah.
tries to go a little bit offensive for Auto.
Yeah, and Jord just has to use his ultimate right there. Shockwave had to use it defensively just to make sure Horniel couldn't just continue on pushing him. So it seems like he is struggling just a wee bit, Jord, right now. Taking a lot of damage from that combination. Hitting those charms almost every time. But bot lane right now, we see Jarvan moving. He is standing on top of a ward, so they know this. Centaur and Reborn is there, so they are really considering what they want to do right now. They are level 6 and 7, all of them having ultimates ready across the line. This could be an amazing fight if it was a 3 vs 3, but both junglers are backing out. Tara in mid lane actually going down fairly soon here. 2 or 3 more auto attacks should do the job. Just waiting for the next minion wave. Yord can't really stand right here. He's just gonna go do some jungling because, yeah, mid turret is gone, and this is definitely well played by Horny Yordle. Just by himself, already getting a turret after 10 minutes. That's pretty beast mode.
Here's Lee Sin, though. They might be able to try to capitalize on Ori wanting this turret so badly. She goes in, misses the charge though, decides to ultimate out. Good choice by him. Here comes John. They will certainly pick up this turret now. They might be going offensive as well, but decides to back off. Nice Demotion standard there.
Yeah, definitely. They decide to just go back, just I think because of the resonating strike hit from Santorin. So he was just able to get behind Jarvan fairly quickly and maybe do a lot of damage onto Horny. So I need to say Horny Yordle. It sounds so weird when I say Horny. Kennen coming down as well as Jay. They really want a piece of the action right here, but still, Pokemon Code, you should be sitting top right now because you are dominating Malphite right now. I don't see any situation where he can just by himself come back right here. He had bought a lot of magic resist in that Negleton cloak, but it's probably not going to be enough against the armor penetration. You're actually getting engaged on here. Explicit doesn't have a lot of mana, so he can't really follow up here. He's actually getting ignited, has to flash away just because of this pure chase potential from Yord. Doesn't get taken out though, but still a great utilizer from Yord, just turning that around.
Yeah, we've seen Nebado not having a single word on the entire map right now, so they're playing in the dark as of now. They can't really afford to make any plays right now. But here comes Lee Sin going down the bot lane. They could potentially get something going here with the Ashe ult, with the Nami ult as well. Seems like he's simply going for his golems and maybe backing off after that. You see top lane, Kennen is pushing out onto Malphite really hard, and you see that a small kind of minion advantage here, actually pretty big at this point. Kennen is up by 23 billions, and he doesn't seem like he's done yet. Oh, here comes the fight bot lane though.
Yeah, we are going in right here. Kunsk is the target of first choice. Ultimate puff from both XL and Jessis, and this is just amazing damage. Actually diving the turret right here. Good job by Explicit, just getting in with that Cataclysm. And Centauri is the target of choice right now. It was essentially a 3 versus 1 every time there was a fight right there. It was just like split up in 3 phases, and they just using their synergy between champions so very well to just come out on top. 3 kills for 0. That's perfect for bot lane right there.
Yeah, and you saw all the CC coming out of Nebado or going to Korea right there. Simply CCing all their targets very well with that Jarvan EQ, Fear Silence, and knock into the wall by Vayne there. Also Ori coming down to help, and getting themselves 3 kills and a dragon there, and at the same time Kennen also pushing top lane, so
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of gold there.
They are
Putting
really
them-
rocking the global gold right now. Already 5k in the lead after exactly lead on the clock. So it's perfect. It's a perfect situation for them. They can really be confident right now, and yeah, they can just move on to the next objective right now. It's probably gonna be bot turret, I think. Defend their own and probably try to see if they can push out that. Kennen might be moving down as well, just because of Malphite not having that much of a pushing power when he's so far back in the lane. So this is definitely buying Kennen some time.
Yeah, a 5k goal lead at 14 minutes in is pretty huge actually.
Yeah.
And we'll see whether or not going to Korea can manage to increase this goal lead, or if they can manage to make something happen out of it.
Yeah, core item is finished as well on almost everyone right now. Cannon seems to be going maybe for this hourglass with this needlessly loud rod, or probably, yeah, it seems like the obvious choice right here. As well as Wayne has finished better the Ruin King as well, so he is definitely in a great position already. They're really considering if they should keep on pushing or they should get out of the way right here. They are completely warded in right now. Good job by Kunz doing this, but once again it was probably a bit too late with the wards. We actually see an ultimate coming out here. Oh, sorry, not an ultimate. Just it just looked like an ultimate in the corner of the screen, but Gamble should be able to initiate on something when both Malphite and Nami is here with him.
Yeah, they know Vayne is. They know. I think they know Ori is there right now, though. They might not know, and they don't see Jarvan yet, because going to Korea, they know that Tribush is warded right there, so they will probably try to make something happen out of this one. Might try to bait that Malphite into going in. But seems like they know something is going on, and they're not gonna go in for it. Actually, Malphite is still staying down here, though.
Yeah, they really want to do something, just because they're probably so far behind. This seems like the easy way out to just get some kind of kill.
And we just saw Fiddlesticks putting down a pink cord in their own lane brush here. Here comes Fiddlesticks popping his ult and a
wow.
flash into Charm there, hitting Ash spot on, and Ash is gonna go down. Vayne doing a lot of damage to Nami, but here comes the Malphite ult in return. Vayne going pretty low, Nami going pretty low as well. They're forced to back. Very nice charm placed by Ori there. Here comes Jarvan from behind as well, doing a lot of damage, finishing off Nami and actually going straight onto Malphite as well. And Malphite is more than certainly gonna go down here. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. These guys are so good at combining everything they have in their arsenal just to make it a perfect situation. As soon as that hawk shot came out from Ashe, they knew, okay, either we just go back or we just go all in. And Excelwinner just charged off his ultimate, so Hornion just flashed in and hit the charm. That was so epic. Just starting a perfect fight straight onto Ashe, and no way she would survive that thing. And just because Ashe was down so early, they could just completely neglect all the damage coming from the enemy team right after. So they could easily die 4-man, and once again they extremely coming out on top in this bot lane scenario. So taking down the turret we talked about, it's 3 for 0 turrets right now, and now once again they're standing against the hard decision. What kind of strategy should we use from here on out?
Yeah, indeed, they are going to Korea, are sitting on a 7k goal lead right now. And at 17 minutes, that's quite a good position to be in. And they should really try to just ward stuff up in the enemy jungle and try to just extend this lead. And this is Ashe going to get caught. Storm is landing, and there's Jarvan just knocking them up, and Ori is just doing so much damage right now.
Yeah, good pickup right there. They were definitely going in to protect their own jungle with wards and etc. But they were already there. Actually, pretty quick decision, going straight for the jungle and making sure they were ready. Excellent winner, popping out a vision ward right here on a pretty key brush when you're invading. So good job by them. They can now easily go down mid and and obviously start pushing right here. Jay is probably considering an ultimate right here. It's actually going in at the same time here. Horniol getting smacked towards the turret and taking down instantly. Excel Winner is popping his ultimate and coming in here, but everyone just left him. So he alone as a support can't go over against Jay here. Pokemon Cordy coming in here. Can he manage to save him right now? Shuriken, a stun right there. Ignite, everything is just coming down. And actually Explicit, being the scumbag that he is, picking up the kill there. So once again, every champion is just utilizing their abilities to CC, to kite and everything, and this is just working out so good for them.
Yeah, and while all this was happening, Vayne was actually pushing down bot lane, so that was a 4 versus 5 for going to Korea, and Vayne also got that tier 2 turret, but all of that was happening.
Yeah, they're so strong right now, almost 10k gold in 20 minutes. This is looking amazing for them. Probably gonna miss it this mid tower soon. Oh no, Gamble, you are getting caught out. Oh, look at the troll! Look at the trolling! Oh, Jess is... Oh. Yeah. That's what happened when a 15-year-old is pretty good at League of Legends.
He might have wanted actually Ori to get an assist from that though. Here comes a lot of damage going on to Nam, and he's gonna drop dead so fast.
Yeah, and the turret here is definitely out for taking. Minions getting cleared though, can't really just push onto it, but these two guys here in the mid lane, they are both so amazingly strong. No one really able to deal with anyone right now. They're just standing waiting out here. They really need the perfect opportunity to come back in this, and a charm hitting you in the face, that's probably not it, no. Kenning starting the split push right here in bottom lane. He loves to split push, we know that from previous games. Doing this fairly well on Kennen. He has a lot of wave clear, so should be able to keep that bottom lane pushed all the time. Dragon spawned, going straight for it, of course, and yeah, this is not going to be contested in any way. They can't do this.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Yeah, nothing that Nebado can do about this. They're behind with 10k gold right now, so they're gonna have to be very careful if they want to have a chance of getting back into this game. Actually, the GG calls are coming out in the chat as of now.
Yeah, might be a surrender here, and it's definitely pretty understandable if so. If GG's call right now, it's totally fine. They can just say, okay, screw this game, let's focus on the next, instead of dragging this out, because that could be a pretty bad idea, just like getting a bad spirit on the team as well, instead of saying, okay, screw this, this was a bad game, let's focus on the next. Let's see what's actually gonna happen, though. They really have to press that surrender button to do so. Might trying to figure out the last kind of strategy you can try out. If it's not succeeding, there's probably gonna see some kind of surrender there, but they might be able to try something. Is that Baron?
They're actually going for some kind of wildcard Baron right now, and actually going to Korea might not be expecting this one. And Baron is actually going down quite a bit. Meanwhile though, Ori and Jaron is pushing down the mid lane. Actually we have a failed surrender vote coming in. So he's probably not sure what's happening. Actually Ash is hitting his arrow here onto Fiddlesticks, followed up by a Nami stun as well, and that's gonna be a dead Fiddlesticks.
This is actually pretty awesome. They tried a bit of a wildcard, as you said, and it's actually working out. Horniol is getting completely demolished right here. Got completely caught out, so he has to make Explicit back away as well. 2 quick kills. They lost the turret though, but well, they would probably lost that anyways if they did choose to do so. So awesome decision, man. This is what we want to see. Try some crazy strategies, and can they pull it off? They might be getting into the game again.
Yeah, they picked up Baron, they picked up a turret and 2 kills for that single turret, so definitely a good exchange in favor of Nebado. They might even be able to get any turret, but seems like they're going to back off. They are indeed very weak if you compare them to going to Korea right now.
Yeah.
They're still up by approximately 7.5k gold, but taking it from 10k to 7.5k is actually quite a big deal.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, just trying to cut off some of the goal advantage right here. And you should really consider that if you are getting a lot of gold in just a quick succession, you can maybe get that key item that you really need. They're going on to this bot turret right here, and this is definitely a good situation just because the other lanes aren't that hurt, so they should be able to get back before it's too late. Everybody's recalling right now in a quick succession because they have to defend this mid lane. Two guys are coming in here, Explicit and Horny, but probably not able to do anything right here. Yeah, we actually see Homeguard coming out from J, so he should be there any second now. And they're gonna hold this one. I think, yeah, I think going to Korea should just hold out this Baron buff, or yeah, just hold it out. Wait for them to wait for it to be over, and just try to re-engage. Which actually, oh, good job by Jess is actually flashing out there, and Explicit just immediately re-engages, and there's damage coming in from every side. Can they actually hold this up? First kill is going down. Second kill for Fiddlesticks, the support right here. Reborn has to flash out of this here. Unstoppable still, and yeah, they are still pretty strong.
Yeah, it felt like they just didn't group up before, but now when they grouped up, forced a team fight, they obviously came out on top of that one. That's a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of going to Korea, and they will take the first inhibitor of the game.
Inhibitor going down, still going to Korea in the leading seat, and just the fact that they just shredded off 3 Baron buffers is making this completely fine for them again. They shouldn't be scared of anything so far right now. They should just forget the last couple of minutes and just go back to the crazy strategies, like being super offensive like they did before, because they can definitely pull it off again.
Indeed, they can. Seems like they're back and off right now, though. Feels like they are sitting on quite some big amounts of gold. Cannon sitting on 1.7k, Ori sitting on 1.9k almost. So they're gonna head back to base, buy something cool that they can utilize the next team fight, and they're probably going to group up again, either top lane or mid lane, and let the super minions do the work in the mid lane meanwhile.
Yeah, I'm really loving these builds coming out right here. For example, Death Cap onto Cannon with a lot of magic penetration and a blue pot. That's really an offensive Cannon right there. Not scared of getting in the mix. And as well as Wayne. Just a double Blade the Ruin King, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course he knows the passive doesn't stack though, but he just wants the attack speed. There's nothing more fun than having a lot of attack speed on a Wayne. We actually see an arrow coming out right here. It is hitting Explicit. Probably not the best target right now. He is extremely tanky though, but yeah, really trying to seize the opportunities they can get, but still just going back to their little cave in their home base and just waiting out the situation.
Yeah, even though they're pretty far ahead in gold, I wouldn't consider trolling the best idea at this point, since there's actually quite a big deal on the line for this game. And it feels like a little bit trolly when Vayne picks up another Blade of the Ruin King instead of, let's say, a Phantom Dancer or anything like that.
Yeah.
It seems like they are grouping up at top lane right now, trying to push down that turret, while super minions are actually pushing into the mid lane.
Yeah, this is just gonna be a waiting game right here. Going to Korea and just sit up here, wait for the minions mid to push. Ashe is going down right now, so they know this and they can just go in straight away. The Ashe arrow is up fairly soon, so they might be able to do something about it later on, before they come to this turret here. But it's gonna be the last bastion. I think they're gonna initiate on some kind of champion, see if they can get Wayne maybe. But if they can't do so, this is probably the end of it.
Yeah, they did get the third tier 2 turret right now, so all the tier 2 turrets are down, and they're gonna be moving on towards the base turrets here. They already got the mid lane inhib, so they're probably going to try to get the top lane inner turret right here. They have to be a little bit careful since Vayne and Fiddlesticks is at the mid lane right now though, but Vayne might be coming around on the side here onto Ashe.
Yeah, and this is probably the time they should use that arrow there. Probably catching it out on the side, but they're just too concerned of this top lane. They really don't want to lose another inhibitor because that is going to be really hard. Excel Winner is actually going down bot lane. He doesn't have any minions though. Just before in a couple of seconds. So really want to get this turret as well. Split pushing from your side. Meanwhile, top lane there is a huge fight going on. Fiddlestick's not there. Can that be the game-breaking thing? We see a lot of damage coming out. Pokemon Card actually getting the first kill, taking down instantly. Horiyodel is fairly high amount of HP right after. Jesse's, as we talked about, he comes in just from the side, popping his ultimate, actually backing a bit away, but Jesse is looking for some action right now. Oh, is he going down? No, he's still going to be dominating, but can't really continue on the streak. So still a 2-for-1 trade, and now they're able to push in. No chance of they can defending this for the next couple of seconds. Maybe they can get the inhibitor as well. It seems so, but 3 full life champions are coming back here, so they have to be careful.
Yeah, if they land a charm, landing the charm onto Ori, she's taking a lot of damage, and the silence from Fiddlestick just bouncing across all of the members of Nebado right there. Everyone being silenced, forced to flash out though this Ori, not to get caught by that Orianna ultimate. But nothing really coming out of that one. One flash down for Ori might play an important role in the next team fight, but we'll have to wait and see. They did not get the second inhib actually, so still only one inhib down, and that one is probably respawning pretty soon.
Yeah, I think the inhibitor's respawning, and Baron has spawned as well. So yeah, the announcer just helped us out there. So around 30 seconds for the inhib, and Baron just respawned. So they can probably get out of their base and somehow. They have to be careful of split pushing somehow. Pokemon Code could do it, one of the others as well, but it's really gonna come down to if they can fight around Baron. Maybe they can have a chance right there. The problem I'm seeing right now, as soon as the entire Going to Korea team has backed away, they can just go straight down to the middle and take the inhib, no problems whatsoever. It's gonna be straight up, yeah, definitely hardcore for Nebado to defend that one.
Yeah, they will for sure have a hard time with this, but if they can manage to snipe someone off guard with the Ashe ultimate, and maybe follow up with Malphite and Orianna combo on top of that, they might be able to make a difference here. If they manage to pick someone off, some key target like Ori or maybe Vayne even. Well, here comes Fiddlesticks though.
Yeah, both Pokemon Code and Fiddlesticks getting into at the same time, getting kicked away though. Centurion decides to rejoin the fight. Probably a bad idea because he's getting out instantly, and we can just see Jess is just going ham on everyone right now. The kills going down back and forth, and it's once again it's a 4-for-0 exchange, and now they're just going down mid lane. Yord has to recall right here. Can he get back in time to do anything? I don't think so. All the guys are around or over half HP. So first inhib going down, 2 turrets left in the base, and Yord. Oh, you're gonna pull something out of the hat here. He hasn't everything is on cooldown right now. Ultimate, Ignite, and Flash. So gonna be straight up impossible right here. Getting sown completely by Pokemon Corded and Excel Winner exactly here. Just keeping him at bay. And Nexus seems to be going down right here. Respawns are actually coming out. They have to use the situation right now. Nope, no time there. Hornyodel staying in the background, taking down the Nexus, and wow, great game from Going to Korea, just taking the control of that game completely from start off. They were, yeah, we were considering a comeback, but it would be a comeback of the ages if they were pulling off. So 2-1 to Going to Korea right now.
Yeah, very well played by them. Really taking the lead from the start and simply following through with it, pretty much increasing the lead during the entire game. Very well played and very controlled game by them. And we'll have to see if they can manage to close out the series with the next game or not.
Yeah, that could be the final game of the tournament, guys. They could actually manage to pull this off. So we are looking forward to that. We're gonna jump to a quick commercial break. On the other side, we're gonna get ready for the next game and maybe the final game for tonight. Who knows? Stay tuned.